Welcome to a very rainy Wembley Stadium for the Championship playoff game, the richest game in sports, with the winner getting promoted to the Premier League and receiving £180 million. The two teams are just gathered up at the moment in the middle of the field, just meeting the dignitaries. The rain is just tumbling down right now. Leeds United and Southampton, they've met twice this season already, with Southampton winning the match. As we going to now take to listen to the national anthem, God Save the King. God Save the King. And the two teams now lining up. We may as well go through the starting lineups. Interesting team news early on that was announced today was that there has been no changes from either side from the playoff semi-finals. So let's run through the starting lineup, starting with Leeds United. They have Ilian Meslier in goal as usual, Junior Firpo, Joe Rondon, Ethan Ampadu, he's the captain today, Archie Gray, Glenn Kamara, Elian Gruev, Crescencio Somerville, Jorginho Ruta, and Wilfred Gnonto, and leading the line is Joel Pirro. For Southampton, they have Alex McCarthy in goal, Jack Stevens, he's wearing the captain's armband today, Jan Bednarak, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Carl Walker-Peters, Joe Arabo, Flynn Downs, William Smallbone, Ryan Fraser, Adam Armstrong, and David Brooks. And the substitutes today for Leeds, they have their backup goalkeeper Carl Darlow, Connor Roberts, Jamie Shackleton, Liam Cooper, Sam Byram, Daniel James, Jaden Anthony, Joel Gelhart, and Matteo Joseph. For Southampton, their backup goalkeeper is Joe Lumley. They have Jamed Bree, Ryan Manning, and Joe Rockwell, Shay Adams, Shay Charles, Camilton Suleimana, Ross Stewart, and Samuel Edozie. Our referee today is John Brooks. He's age 34 and from Melton Mulberry in Leicestershire. And his assistants are Sam Bennett, Dan Robertson, Tony Harrington, Jared Gillett, and Darren Kahn are in VAR. We do have VAR for the Championship playoff final, so let's just hope we don't have too much controversy. If the game is level after 90 minutes, it will go to extra time, and if it is still not settled, it will be settled with penalty kicks. Just want to say hello to Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming. Thought Russ would be covering this game as he is a Leeds fan. Well, actually, he's got tickets to the game, so he's actually at Wembley for this game. And it looks like there was a coin toss to decide who would be wearing their traditional jerseys. Looks like Leeds won that, so they'll be in their white and yellow jerseys. Southampton are in black and yellow jerseys. As the players just sort of gathering together at the centre circle. It's actually Southampton's third kit, that black and yellow jerseys. And as Leeds finish higher in the table, actually they are considered the home side. Leeds have never won a promotion via a playoff. This is their sixth attempt. And the last appearance in the playoffs was in 2018-2019, where they lost 4-3 on aggregate versus Derby. So Leeds are about to get us underway here. And just wait for the referee's whistle. And standing over this one is Joel Pirro for Leeds, and he's just about to get the game underway. As we're waiting for referee's whistle here. There's a slight delay. But we are going to be underway momentarily here. We're still waiting. Gruev. And Leeds United will now break forward. It's down the right-hand side here to be picked up by Pirro, but it goes over the head there of Pirro. He is, in fact, in an offside position. And we're going to get our first free kick of the game in this Championship playoff final. There's Daniel Farker, the Leeds manager, and his opposite number there, Russell Martin for Southampton. Leeds so desperately need this. As here's Pirro, gives the ball to Gnonto down the right-hand side. Gnonto plays the ball into the middle to Gruev. Gruev laid off with the number 24 there for Leeds was Jorginho Ruta. His pass was trying to return Gnonto again, but it went behind for a goal kick. And Leeds, early bright start from them, but that move came to nothing. Feel free to chat in the comment section if you like. I'll read them out as and when I can. It's just me today, so I'm going to be producing as well. So if the scores don't get updated right away, I apologise. It's back with Meslier now as he clears the ball downfield. Trying to bring that one down is Crescencio Somerville, but he's dispossessed. And it's won back by Bednarak, but the ball goes out of play and it's going to be a throw-in. And that is going to be taken by the number 4 for Southampton, Flynn Downs, a former West Ham player. It's thrown back there to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Across the line there to Bednarak. Bednarak to Stevens, just inside his own half. He goes long, Stevens towards the right, towards the left-hand side, but Archie Gray just picking that up ahead of Ryan Fraser. And he plays the ball back to Gnonto. Archie Gray gets the ball back, but he was momentarily dispossessed there by Flynn Downs. But it goes behind for a goal kick, and Leeds can start again. Just 2 minutes gone here. It's 0-0. So much riding on this game for both teams. An immediate return back to the Premier League is the prize, coupled with that huge amount of money in revenue. Meslier gives the ball there to Joel Rondon, and Rondon clears the ball downfield. Jack Stevens gets in the way of that, but it's just won back by Somerville here. Somerville drops the ball back to Gruev. Gruev down this near side to Kamara. Kamara drops the ball back, and it's now picked up by Firpo. It's back with Ampadu. Ampadu just gives the ball there to Rondon. Rondon just inside his own half for Leeds. Drops the ball back to Archie Gray. Gray gives the ball back to Rondon. Rondon now tries to play the number 24 there, Ruta in. And the shot comes in, though, by Archie Gray, and it goes wide, and it's a goal kick. And, again, early pressure by Leeds have certainly been the brightest of the starters of this match so far. The early chances, as I wouldn't even call them chances, really, but they've come to Leeds early on anyway. Now Southampton can try to break forward now. It's one cleared forward, and it was just knocked out of play there by William Smallbone, and it's going to be a throw-in. Perhaps didn't come off Smallbone. It's a throw-in to Southampton, but it's Taylor Harwood-Bellis who drops it back to Bednarak. Bednarak back to Harwood-Bellis. And he goes long as Harwood-Bellis. Up in the air goes Archie Gray to meet that one. He was really looking for Ryan Fraser there, but Gray got in the way and sets off Willie Gnonto. Gnonto, the Italian international. And the ball is played into the middle to Pirro, and it just goes over his head and out of play for a throw-in. And Leeds United, that attack breaking down. And Kyle Walker-Peters is going to take the throw-in here for Southampton. Well, only 2 of the current Leeds and Saints squads have scored at Wembley, with Ross Stewart netting for Sunderland against Wickham in the 2022 League One playoff final, and Kyle Walker-Peters scoring against Rochdale in the 2017-18 FA Cup 5th round. As that ball is out of play by Bednarak, and it's going to be another throw into Leeds. As early pressure certainly being put on by Leeds right now. It's Firpo with the throw-in. He just drops it down there to Ruta. and Ruta just was looking for Crescencio Somerville. Now he found Somerville, but Flynn Downs challenged him, and it's going to be a foul. Yes, he just got the legs there before the ball did, Flynn Downs, and it's going to be a free kick. It's about, I'd argue about 25 yards out, and it's just on the corner of the penalty area on the left-hand side. So Crescencio Somerville is going to swing this one in, as he is looking to get Leeds off to a really good early start here. And standing over this is Somerville, but also over it is Ilian Gruev. We're just going to see who's going to take it, as David Brooks is going in and sorting a melee out between Taylor Harwood Bellis and Willie Nonto. In fact, the free kick is now going to be taken, I think, as David Brooks still making sure that there's order in that line. It's a pretty high line, but here's Crescencio Somerville, swings it towards the back post. It's headed on there by Gray and cleared away there that time by Jack Stevens, out of play for a throw-in. And Leeds United will get another chance from a throw-in, this time down the right-hand side, and Archie Gray is going to take it. Archie Gray throws the ball forward to Willie Nonto. Nonto holds the ball up, and he just pulls away with it now and drops the ball back into midfield. And it's picked up there by Ampadu. Ampadu gives the ball forward there to Rondon. And now here's Nonto again. Edge of the box, Nonto gets a shot away, he goes down. And it looks like he might have just stumbled a little bit there, Nonto. It's a comfortable save for McCarthy, and he releases Kyle Walker-Peters. And he tried to play the ball forward there, looking for William Smallbone, but he's not able to find him, and Leeds win the ball back fairly comfortably there. And Ethan Ampadu just takes it into his own penalty area and finally releases it to Firpo. Firpo just plays the ball forward there, looking for Gruev. It breaks loose there for Ampadu. Ampadu picks up Kamara picks up the ball. Kamara plays the ball across to Rondon. Rondon just inside his own half. He lifts the ball forward, and Jan Bednarak is the only one there for Southampton, and he picks up the ball, just turns away from Ruta, but he's given the ball away to Nonto. Nonto's giving it back to Ruta. Ruta in the penalty area now, and that's a good challenge by Jan Bednarak, and wins the ball back to Southampton, but that was a poor giveaway by the Saints that time, and the ball is out of play. We're going to have a throw-in. We have some people listening in here, so please feel free to comment if you wish, as the ball is picked up there and sent back to the goalkeeper by William Smallbone. And it's released to Bednarak. Bednarak to Smallbone, who flicks the ball on. Oh, that's a nasty challenge from behind there on David Brooks. That's a free kick. And there's no question about it. I mean, we may be looking at the first yellow card here. Junior Firpo was the guilty party there. As we just take a look at this. Oh, yes, right into the back of him. But the referee, David Brooks, taking a sensible approach, really. No yellow card. Just a warning. And with 9 minutes gone, it's Leeds 0, Southampton 0. And it's with Jan Bednarak. Gives it back to Stevens. And Stevens across there to Taylor Harwood Bellis. Taylor Harwood Bellis into the centre circle, but it's just quickly nipped in and won there by Joel Pirro. Pirro gets the ball forward now to Nonto. And that is a poor ball, and it's comfortably intercepted by Jack Stevens, who plays the ball now to Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters cuts across his own penalty area and plays it to Jack Stevens. Nonto closing in on him. Gives the ball there to the number 26 for Southampton, which is Ryan Fraser. And now drops back into his own half of the field, that time by Kyle Walker-Peters, and it's dropped back to Jan Bednarak, and he gives the ball there to Taylor Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis tries to play the ball back, but it was a good challenge there by Ruta, and the ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for Southampton, taken by Kyle Walker-Peters down this right-hand side, and is picked up now by Taylor Harwood Bellis, midway inside his own half of the field. Drops the ball back there to the number 35, Jan Bednarak. and he plays the ball forward to Arabo, the Nigerian, and it's picked up there by Ryan Fraser, who from the halfway line goes all the way back to Alex McCarthy, and Southampton will start again. 0-0 here at Wembley Stadium. 10 minutes gone. Long ball played forward by Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and it's picked up comfortably there. And in now is Armstrong. Real chance. Armstrong pulls it back to Smallbone. Good block that time by Rondon, but Southampton still have it. And it's now back with Arabo. Arabo tries to play through Armstrong again. Leeds desperately trying to clear the ball away, but it's picked up by Bednarak and given back to Arabo again. And Arabo just drops the ball over down the left-hand side there to Ryan Fraser, and the ball is played back into the midfield now to Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and it's picked up by Bednarak. Bednarak does a quick 1-2 that time with Flynn Downs. And he plays the ball to Arabo on the edge of the area. Arabo tries to play Armstrong through again. Leeds wiser to it this time. It was actually a foul. I was going to say it was a good challenge there by Gruev, but according to referee John Brooks, that is a free kick, and Southampton now will have an opportunity as we take a look at Armstrong's chance again. He chose to pull the ball across the Smallbone instead of shooting. He might have been better just shooting. The angle was a little awkward, but it certainly was Southampton's best chance so far. And the free kick is going to be taken just on the corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. I'd argue almost 30 yards out. And standing over it is Smallbone. And also over this one is David Brooks. Just going to see who is going to take it. We've had 12 minutes gone here. Referee just holding things up as Smallbone and Brooks talk among themselves about what they're going to do. Is it going to be Smallbone? It is. He tries to shot the Smallbone and forces a really good save out of Ilan Meslier. That was a really good effort by William Smallbone. It was creeping in, and Ilan Meslier had to be sharp. It was a good save by the Leeds United goalkeeper. Gets across to his right-hand side to make that save. And we're going to have a corner from the left-hand side, which Smallbone is going to take himself. He swings it in. Meslier flacks at it, and he misses it completely. But fortunately for him, it goes behind, and it looks like are we going to get another corner here, or is this going to be a goal kick? Looks like it's going to be a goal kick. But the corner came in from Smallbone. Meslier came for it. It was a long way for the goalkeeper to come. He really didn't get anywhere near it, and he was fortunate that the ball went behind for a goal kick. So Meslier plays the ball out here to Archie Gray. Gray down the right-hand side. That's good play by Gray. Here's Gruev. Gruev in the middle of the park to Kamara. Kamara plays it down the left-hand side to Crescencio Somerville. Somerville has got Smallbone in front of him. Plays the ball there looking for Pirro, but not quite successful in this case. But Leeds maintain possession as Gruev just knocks the ball back there to Ampadu, the Leeds captain. It's now with Rondon. Back to Ampadu. And Ampadu decides to go all the way back to Meslier. And with 14 minutes gone here, it's Leeds United 0, Southampton 0. And it's looking like Southampton are sort of getting themselves back into the game a little bit. They've really had the first shot on goal with that free kick from Smallbone. And Ampadu just plays the ball back to the goalkeeper, and he releases it to Rondon, who again goes back to the goalkeeper. And at the moment, we're just seeing both sides just sort of being a little bit cautious. Crescencio Somerville tried to knock the ball on to Firpo, and it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to Southampton, midway inside the Leeds United half of the field. It's Kyle Walker-Peters. Just throws the ball back there into his own half to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. And it's dropped back there by the number 7, Arabo, back into the midfield again, and it's picked up by Taylor Harwood-Bellis. plays the ball forward down the right-hand side there to Brooks. Brooks tries to play the ball forward looking for Adam Armstrong, but that was nowhere near Armstrong, and it just goes straight through to the goalkeeper, Ilan Meslier. And we are still at 0-0 here as Meslier releases the ball to Rondon. Rondon has got Archie Gray alongside him. He does play the ball to Gray. Gray now down the right-hand side gives it to Nonto. Nonto laid back off to Archie Gray. Picked up by Kamara. And almost dispossessed there. But it's Gruev who plays the ball to Joel Rondon. But there's a Leeds player down. And it looks like it might be Willie Nonto. From what I can see here, it is. He's just clutching the small of his back. Looks like he just got some contact there. That looks quite painful. Hopefully for him, it's just an impact knock. Knee into the small of the back there. He's just getting onto his feet now. Looks in some discomfort. While that's going on, you're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season. JB Sports, Dome FM, Focus on Football, and don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. We'll wait for this game to get back underway. The ball was put out there by Gruev, so I imagine Leeds will get the ball back. Indeed they do, and it's sent all the way back to the goalkeeper, Ilan Meslier, as he releases the ball there to the number 4 for Leeds, Ampadu. He goes back there to Meslier, and Meslier launches it right-footed downfield. Pirro up in the air, challenging there with Bednarak. It breaks loose for Willie Nonto, who tried to set Pirro on his way again, but that ball was out. That ball was too long and just went straight through to the goalkeeper. As McCarthy releases it, he gets the ball back as well off Stevens, and he releases it to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. And Taylor Harwood-Bellis plays the ball into the centre circle there, just looking for Adam Armstrong. Adam Armstrong has given the ball away, and Leeds can come forward again now. And it's Ruta. Ruta gives the ball to Nonto. Nonto, it's now back with the number 14 Rondon. And Firpo gives the ball to Somerville. Back to Firpo. And it's now with Ampadu. And Ampadu plays the ball back to the goalkeeper, Meslier, who releases the ball to Rondon. Rondon just holds up possession here. As I just seem to have a few technical issues right now. Here we go. We're back. Firpo launches the ball to Crescencio Somerville. Somerville down the left-hand side. Puts into the penalty area of Somerville. But that's a good challenge by Smallbone. Smallbone closing down Somerville again. Somerville just turning away from Smallbone. That's good play by him. Somerville gets the ball back. He tried the shot for a moment. It breaks loose there to Nonto and over to Gray on the right-hand side. But that is a really good challenge by Jack Stevens. And it's won again, though, by Archie Gray. And the referee says play on. Gray with the cross in, looking there for the number 29, Willie Nonto. It's over his head. And it's picked up here by Kamara. Kamara to Rutu. Rutu in the penalty area, down the left-hand side. Back to Kamara, but that ball is disappointing. And it's a foul, in fact, as David Brooks just nipped in to pick up that pass from Somerville. And he was fouled in the process. So it's going to be a free kick to Southampton inside their own penalty area. And they have the opportunity now to create a chance of their own. Just 20 minutes gone here at Wembley Stadium, 0-0. In this Championship playoff final. Here's Harwood-Bellis for Southampton. Holds the ball up. He's midway inside his own half of the field. Gets the ball to Armstrong, and Armstrong drops it down to Kyle Walker-Peters as he goes over the halfway line. And he drops the ball back there to the number 4, Flynn Downs. And picked up again by Kyle Walker-Peters. He's now midway inside the Leeds half of the field. He's got options down the right-hand side with Brooks. Brooks picks up the ball, and then he drops it back. And it's picked up by Jack Stevens, who gives the ball to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Harwood Bellis. It's midway inside the Leeds half of the field. Punch and build up this by Southampton. And here's Flynn Downs. Gives the ball to Harwood Bellis. And it's now down to Walker Peters. Walker Peters drops it back to Harwood Bellis again. And Jan Bednarak. Stevens. Walker Peters. Walker Peters plays the ball forward, looking for Smallbone. Just getting in there and making a really good challenge was Crescencio Somerville. And in the end, Smallbone is alleged to have impeded Somerville, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds United. I want to thank you all for spending your afternoon with me today, spending some of your valuable time listening to the commentary today. We really appreciate that. And that long ball there from that free kick just goes behind for a goal kick. It went just into the other half of the field to no man's land, really, and just went behind for a goal kick. Leeds 0, Southampton 0, as Russell Martin looking a little bit nervous right now. Of course, they hold the edge over Leeds, doing the double over them in the Championship this season. And the meetings were 3-1 at St Mary's and 2-1 at Ellen Road. So we'll see whether Leeds can overcome that today. Here they come forward now though with Rutu. Rutu is about 35 yards out, plays the ball across to Archie Gray. Gray now holds the ball up on the corner of the penalty area, right hand side. He swings it in and it goes over everybody's head and goes behind for a goal kick. The pressure that Leeds have put on Southampton in this first half, it's really been the final ball. Archie Gray swung that one in. It was actually a decent ball in, but nobody really gambled on that. And it went behind for a goal kick. So the team that has failed to beat their opposition in the normal league season has won both the League One and League Two playoff finals. So this might be a good omen for Leeds United. We'll wait and see on that. And Archie Gray there. Really good ball into the box, actually, looking at that again. It's just nobody was gambling on it. And here is Flynn Downs for Southampton. And he drops the ball across there to Arabo. Arabo drops the ball back there to Stevens. He gives the ball to Harwood Bellis now. Harwood Bellis just crossing the halfway line. And he tries to play the ball forward there to Brooks. He finds Brooks. He drops it back to Walker Peters. Walker Peters back into his own half to Harwood Bellis. And Harwood Bellis just looking for options and movement from the Southampton team. The rain seems to have stopped here at Wembley now, and that's a through ball to Adam Armstrong. He's in one-on-one. Armstrong, he scores! And Southampton take the lead in the playoff final here at Wembley. Southampton have scored, and, well, that that really is a unfortunate situation. It's come against the run of play as far as Southampton are concerned, as far as Leeds are concerned, but what an opportunity. And Leeds were caught cold here. As we look at this again, it was Smallbones passed through, and he's most definitely onside. He's been played on by Archie Gray, and he just tucks the ball past Melier as Adam Armstrong gets the first goal of the game here for Southampton. And, well, it's Russell Martin celebrates. And the goal has not been disallowed, by the way. I just clicked that by accident. The goal does stand. And it's 1-0 to Southampton. Goal scored by Adam Armstrong on 23 minutes. And we have our first goal of the game. I just wonder how that's going to affect things. And it's now with Archie Gray. And, well, I have to wonder at this point what Leeds' reaction will be to that. But we will see. Goes all the way back to Ilan Melier. We've got some comments in the comment section. Joe Smoke says Leeds will win. Media Radio and Jingles says I would like Leeds to win this game. And says he thinks he spoke too soon. Well, it's still early on yet. It's 25 minutes gone. It's an early goal for Southampton. It is pretty much against a run of play. So we'll see whether Leeds are able to respond to this. Daniel Farker there just looking a little bit tentative and frustrated right now. And Southampton, well, the goal by Adam Armstrong. It's certainly not his first goal against Leeds. He scored in both the league matches against Leeds United this season as well. So here's Smallbone. And it's dropped back to Kyle Walker-Peters and played forward. And it just that just came off David Brooks and goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds United. As the ball is now, though, given away. And it's now with Taylor Harwood-Bellis. And he gets the ball back. And he can now try to create something again to Southampton. The ball's played forward by Harwood-Bellis. Played off by the goal scorer, Adam Armstrong. He plays the ball down this right-hand side now to David Brooks. David Brooks pulls the ball back there and gets a quick 1-2 off Armstrong. And then picked up by Flynn Downs, and he releases Kyle Walker-Peters down on the right-hand side. Walker-Peters tries to get the cross in. Well, it comes off Junior Firpo, and it's going to be a corner for Southampton. As Southampton, not resting on that one-goal lead, they're looking to double it. 1-0 right now. And Leeds United on the back foot right now. Goal down, and Southampton have a corner. And it's down the right-hand side. Going to take this one is David Brooks. And David Brooks plays it short, and it goes all the way across the penalty area along the ground. And that works out really well for Leeds, because here comes Archie Gray as he tried to break Crescencio Somerville away there. But unfortunately for him, that ball was a poor one by Archie Gray. And here is Taylor Harwood-Bellis for Southampton. He holds the ball up, Harwood-Bellis, drops it to Kyle Walker-Peters, who gives it back to the goalkeeper. Cleared downfield by Alex McCarthy. Picked up by Brooks, under pressure there from Firpo. And he ends up losing the ball with Ethan Ampadu getting in the... with Glenn Kamara getting in the way there. And here is Rondon. Rondon releases Gray again. Gray gives the ball to Willie Nonto on the halfway line. Willie Nonto drops the ball back into the Leeds United half of the field. Here's Ampadu, the Leeds captain. And there's a Southampton player down, looks like David Brooks. And we're just going to have a stoppage and play here, as he's clutching his right arm. It's not a head injury. But John Brooks has feel free to just stop play regardless. And now Archie Gray is just going over to have a word with Daniel Farker, the Leeds United head coach. And we just wonder whether Farker will be with Leeds another year if Leeds do stay down. That'll be a question for Ross when he gets back from London. Adam Armstrong there, the goal scorer, just grabbing a drink. As we look again at this goal, and really it was very sloppy play from Leeds. It was a quick pass through by Smallbone. Now Gray was playing Armstrong onside, but there was nobody really anywhere near Adam Armstrong. And considering he's already scored against Leeds twice this season, that is not the best play by Leeds United. It was a lovely finish into the corner. So Smallbone and Armstrong just having a conversation. Now Smallbone as well has also been a bit of a thorn in the Leeds United side. He's also scored twice against them this season. So Russell Martin now just taking a look. He still looks very apprehensive and nervous. David Brooks is helped back to his feet. He's holding his arm, and I'm beginning to wonder if he's dislocated a shoulder there. We may be seeing our first substitution of the match. We'll keep you updated on that and see. There's some of the Southampton substitutes are warming up. We've had 30 minutes gone here, and it's still 1-0 to Southampton. At half time, we'll take a break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. But the game is back underway, so for the time being, at least, no substitution has been made. As here's Gruev, and he gives the ball to Kamara. Kamara gives the ball back to Rondon, who plays the ball over to Archie Gray. Gray to Willie Nonto. Nonto just pulling back towards the halfway line, and he drops the ball back to Gray again. And it's now with Ampadu. Good ball by Ampadu. That's a nice pass to Crescencio Somerville. And now down the left-hand side, he sets Junior Firpo off on his way. Junior Firpo. Back to Somerville. Corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Somerville plays the ball across there to Kamara. Kamara across to Gruev. Gruev plays the ball right across the width of the pitch to Archie Gray. Gray gives the ball back to Gruev. And it's now with Ampadu. Back to Gruev. And Gruev gives the ball back to Gray. Leeds United just finding very little room. And a poor pass there by Gray. And that results in a foul as David Brooks is back on the field now. But he's tendering that arm. And I am not so sure he can continue. He looks in a great deal of pain. But there's going to be a free kick to Southampton here. And we'll just see how this all plays out. Goes back to Alex McCarthy and given to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Harwood-Bellis gives the ball across there to Jan Bednarak, and it's played forward to Smallbone. He tries to head the ball down there to Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters brought that down well, but he's under pressure from Crescencio Somerville, and the ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in, and it's going to be taken by Junior Firpo for Leeds. Good play by Crescencio Somerville in stopping Kyle Walker-Peters there. The ball is played across to Archie Gray again, and Willie Nonto down that right-hand side. Nonto. Oh, what a fine challenge that was by Ryan Fraser, and he's saying it came off Willie Nonto. The official on the far side disagrees, and Ryan Fraser just passing on his opinions on that. As Brooks still continues with what appears to be a pretty unpleasant injury to his arm. He can barely move. He's had to hold it in a certain position. I have to say he's brave for carrying on. You don't see that so often with footballers now. The ball is launched forward again to Nonto. Cutting across there is Jan Bednarak, and he puts the ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds United, almost level with the Southampton penalty area. As here is Kamara. Kamara drops the ball back into his own half to Ampadu. Ampadu holds the ball up here. He lifts the ball over, looking for Willie Nonto, but there's just too much on that, and it goes all the way through to Alex McCarthy. Finally, the substitution is going to be made. If he has dislocated his shoulder, that is incredibly painful, and he cannot be expected to continue. That's a poor ball that time by Stevens, but fortunately across there to make the challenge is Armstrong, as Kyle Walker-Peters goes back into his own, towards his own goal, and it's cleared away by Harwood-Bellis, but it goes off Pirro there, and it's going to be a throw into Southampton. As Smallbone just drops the ball back there to Harwood-Bellis, but it's out of play, and it's going to be a throw in, and Brooks goes down again, and he simply cannot be expected to carry. This is, I mean, it's a very upsetting for him. It's a playoff final. You don't want to be taken off or go off through an injury in a playoff final, and he looks extremely frustrated. I'm just looking at the player that is going to be coming on, and just going to take a look who it is. It looks like it's Samuel Edozie, who is going to be coming on for Brooks. And Samuel Edozie just preparing himself as David Brooks goes off, and we all at the commentary hub, I'm sure, and everyone in the comment section, I hope I speak for you all when I say that I hope David Brooks recovers very, very quickly as he goes off now. And Edozie is on. Like for like swap, Samuel Edozie. And David Brooks looks in a lot of discomfort there. And the throw-in is going to be taken by Kyle Walker-Peters. Taylor Harwood-Bellis tries to play the ball forward, but it goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in. And for Leeds United, and it goes all the way back to Illan Meslier. Meslier gives the ball to Rondon. Rondon now is just inside his own half of the field, sets Willie Gnonto away. Willie Gnonto gives the ball to Archie Gray, but it's just behind the young man, and it comes off the back of his heel and goes out for a throw-in. And with 10 minutes to go till half-time here, I'm pretty sure Russell Martin will just want to get his troops in at half-time to try to discuss how they can further extend this lead, as Harwood Bellis plays the ball forward, but Gnonto just nips in just ahead of Joe Arabo there, and now Leeds can come forward with Crescencio Somerville, and it's he's challenged and dispossessed that time by the number 26 Ryan Fraser, and he clears the ball downfield, but it's headed back by Somerville, and Kyle Walker-Peters picks that up, and it goes out of play for a throw-in from the challenge from Somerville. And the throw into Southampton, which Kyle Walker-Peters will take. It's level with his own penalty area, and he releases it to Harwood Bellis, who gives the ball back to Alex McCarthy. McCarthy gives the ball to Stevens. Stevens for Southampton. He holds the ball up there, gives the ball to William Smallbone, and drops the ball back to Harwood Bellis. Just at the moment, Southampton, I would say, just look the more relaxed team at the moment. It's a long ball forward there, looking for Arabo. Finally, Gruev does get in the way ahead of Arabo there and wins that ball, and he's fouled by the Nigerian, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds United. And coming forward now is Junior Thurpo for Leeds, and it's back there with Ampadu. Ampadu plays it across to Joe Rondon. Rondon now, he's got Gnonto forward with him. He finds Gnonto, and Rondon then goes all the way back to Illan Meslier, who's outside of his penalty area now, and he finds Junior Thurpo midway inside his own half of the field. It's dropped back, and here's Ampadu again. He's a Leeds United captain, and the ball is dropped back to the goalkeeper Meslier, and Meslier just releases the ball again to Rondon, and Rondon plays the ball forward to Archie Gray. Good turn on Fraser by Gray, and Gray is in fact fouled by Fraser, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds United. Archie Gray looking pretty good in this first half. Perhaps just the final ball from him is the only issue. He's looking quite, him and Willie Gnonto both looking quite threatening down that right hand side for Leeds, probably where they're getting the best of their chances right now. So the free kick is going to be taken by Archie Gray. It's about 10 yards, 15 yards inside his own half of the field. He leaves it for Willie Gnonto. Gnonto does a quick 1-2 with Gruev, and then it's given to Archie Gray, who slips the ball infield to Rutu, who is fouled there. That's a rather unpleasant challenge on Jorginho Rutu. And it's going to be a free kick, and Bednarak receives the first yellow card. It just turned the ball away, did Rutu, and the challenge came in by Bednarak, and he is the first player in David Brook, John Brooks' notebook. So we have a booking, and here is Junior Thurpo. Thurpo plays the ball down the left-hand side to Crescencio Somerville. Just trying to move away from Kyle Walker-Peters, and he drops the ball back to Junior Thurpo. Thurpo gives the ball to Ampadu. Really good ball there into the middle of the park to Kamara. Kamara sets Gray off on his way down the right-hand side. Leeds coming forward now, and Gray pulls the ball back to Kamara, and it's now picked up there by the number 4 Ampadu for Leeds. Sent down this left-hand side to Thurpo. Back to Ampadu. Thurpo tries to play the ball through there to Gnonto, but that's a good interception by William Smallbone, and it goes out of play for a throw, and it's taken quickly to Somerville down the left-hand side. Crescencio Somerville looking to get the cross in here for Leeds. Somerville gets the cross in, but that's a really good block by Kyle Walker-Peters, and Leeds United will have a corner. It's going to be corner for Leeds United. Alex McCarthy just organising his defence there, as we've got 5 minutes to go till half time. And Leeds start looking to pile on the pressure to try to get level to go in at the break. Crysencio Somerville with a corner. It swung in and punched into the air by McCarthy. He got some distance on that. Headed back in by Gruev. It's bouncing around there. It's going to fall there for Kamara. And, well, that was a chance. It fell for Kamara just on the edge of the 6-yard box. And he got his foot underneath it. And let's just have a look. It was a wonderful punch in the air by McCarthy. Got some real distance on it. Headed back in by Gruev. It bounces around there. And I don't know if it was Kamara or Bednarak that got the last touch. But that was a real chance. It looks like it's offside. It looks like it's a free kick anyway. But that would have been a good chance there for Kamara. Here's Harwood Bellis. Plays the ball forward. And just held up there by the number 23 for Southampton, the substitute, Edozie. And it's played now to Rutu. Rutu gets to the byline, gets across into Rutu, but that's a good, comfortable interception win by Taylor Harwood-Bellis, but his clearance only finds Crysencio Somerville for Leeds. And challenging in there, that was a crunching challenge by Gruev. Met their Flynn Downs, and they both come out of it unscathed, which I have to say is quite fortunate, because that was a crunching challenge. And it's now with Archie Gray, and he plays the ball down the right-hand side to Nonto for Leeds, as Leeds storming forward again, and Gruev finds Nonto. The ball is back there with Pirro, and he gets the ball into the area. It's hacked away by Stevens and out of play for a throw-in. And, well, that was a very, very, in a way, sort of a dangerous challenge of 50-50. But both players fortunately come out of it okay, as the throw-in is taken quickly and it's given to Ampadu. Ampadu gives the ball to Rondon. Leeds enjoying an extended spell of possession right now. Here's Archie Gray. Just cuts back into his own half just to get away from Stevens. And Stevens still chasing him. And the ball is given back to Ampadu, who then releases it to Junior Thurpo. Thurpo slips the ball forward there to Rutu. Rutu, edge of the area, plays the ball through there to Junior Thurpo, but that was a really good challenge by Ampadu, and a yellow card is coming up here for Crysencio Somerville for that challenge. That was a foul, no question about that. And Somerville goes into the referee's notebook for the foul on Harwood-Bellis very late. The yellow card for Crysencio Somerville on 43 minutes. So both teams have had a player in the referee's notebook. John Brooks, for the most part, given some of the challenges in this first half, has done a really, really good job at keeping his cards in his pocket. It's obviously a intense match that both sides so desperate to win. Alex McCarthy now will take this free kick for Southampton. It's just inside his own penalty area. He's quite happy to take as long as he needs to with this, as we have got about 90 seconds to go until the 45-minute mark. At half-time, we are going to go for a break, and then we'll be back for the start of the second half. Here is Edozie. Edozie is fouled that time, and it's going to be a free kick for the foul by Thurpo. And I'm just not sure if that is another yellow card waved in the face of Thurpo. I just couldn't quite tell that. I don't think so. Standing over this one is William Smallbone. Leeds just organising their defence. I would argue a good 40 yards out, but just on the corner of the penalty area, the right-hand side. And he's going to swing this one in. It's a high line by Leeds. They are organised just inside the D there. It's going to be swung in by William Smallbone. He's just got his arm up in the air. He just lifted over the top, and Adam Armstrong makes a run. Armstrong gets it shot away. Oh, it's a fine save, and it broke loose. And Armstrong nearly doubled Southampton's lead there, but that was a really, really good save by Ilan Meslier. But there was no Southampton players reacting. Fraser was in there, and no Southampton players reacted to that, so Leeds were able to get it away, as another yellow card is shown this time to Ryan Fraser. And I'm not sure exactly what that was for. That was a strange one, as we are awaiting the decision for how much stoppage time we have left at the end of this first half, as that ball rolls out of play and goes behind for a goal kick. We haven't received anything official yet, but there has been the long stoppage with David Brooks, of course. As this was swung in, we look at this again. The shot by Armstrong, and the first to react, fortunately for Leeds United, was Joe Rondon, but Harwood Bellis was in there, Arabo was in there, and a quicker reaction by either one of those, and Southampton could have been 2 down. Southampton could have been 2 up. Finally, we've got 5 minutes of stoppage time, announced by fourth official Tony Harrington. So it's about right, given the long stoppage we have with David Brooks, as Kyle Walker-Peters just drops the ball back towards Taylor Harwood Bellis, and he sends it back to Alex McCarthy. McCarthy clears the ball downfield, and it's the head is won there by Archie Gray, but he heads the ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for Southampton, with the score still at 1-0. And there's Matt Le Tissier, the former Southampton great, as he is watching on from his seat at Wembley. And we have about 3.5 minutes left of stoppage time in this first half, as here is Taylor Harwood Bellis. He's storming forward now. He's got Smallbone alongside him. Instead, he goes to Joe Arabo. Arabo gives the ball to Stevens, and it's picked up in midfield here by Taylor Harwood Bellis, and it's just broken loose now to Flynn Downs. Downs gets the ball out to Adozie. Adozie gets a cross in, and it's just headed away that time by Ampadu. And the ball goes back now to Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters just drops the ball back, and it's played into William Smallbone. William Smallbone plays the ball across. He was looking for Armstrong again, and the interception was made, this time by Rondon. And, well, that was nearly another opportunity for Southampton, because Armstrong was completely on his own behind Rondon, and that could easily have meant Southampton going in with a 2-goal lead. And Leeds defensively are looking pretty shaky when they're being tested here, as that ball is played forward long to Armstrong, but it comes off Armstrong and goes out of play for a throw, and it's a poor first touch by the Southampton goal scorer. Corner, the throw-in is all the way over by the corner flag, as it is 1-0 right now currently to the Saints, and it's picked up here by Bednarak, and Bednarak will go all the way back to Alex McCarthy, and he'll clear the ball downfield. Well, he's looking for Fraser, and Fraser tries to play the ball forward to Arabo, but it escapes Arabo and goes out for a throw-in. And it's back now with Archie Gray, and Gray plays it long downfield. There is nobody there but Jan Bednarak, and Bednarak picks up the ball, and he gives the ball to Taylor Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis across to Bednarak. Time ticking down now. We've got about a minute of stoppage time left at the end of this first half, as Kamara was dispossessed that time, and here's Flynn Downs now for for Southampton, and the ball gets in the penalty area to Armstrong again, and this time that is a good challenge by Joe Rondon, as Armstrong causing all kinds of problems in the Leeds defence in this first half. He got the shot away that time, but that is a really, really good block by Rondon. Let's take a look at this again. He went for the shot early, did Armstrong, but that's a good block. And we're going to have a corner for Southampton at the end of this first. Lost me for a second there, sorry guys. It's a corner now, which will be taken in by Smallbone. He swings it in, and it's flat tapped by Melier and goes all the way over to the right-hand side. And it's back with the number 2 there, Carl Walker-Peters. And that's it. It's half-time at the Wembley Stadium, and Southampton lead by 1-0 from a goal on 23 minutes by Adam Armstrong. And Southampton can go off feeling very, very happy right now. At half-time at Wembley, it's Leeds United 0, Southampton 0. We are going to take a break for half-time, and we'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to the start of the second half. The Southampton players are on the pitch now. We are just waiting for the Leeds United players to make their appearance. And we can see them coming out of the tunnel now. And second half will be getting underway momentarily. Just to give you some idea about what's coming up in the coming up on the channel. As far as the Champions League final is concerned, keep an eye on our Twitter page for that. We may be showing that. We may be covering that game. We'll be covering the Euros. I'll be covering opening night for Germany against Scotland. So make a note in your diaries for that one. And we're going to cover all the games that matter in the Euros as well. We're obviously going to try to cover all the England games. So hopefully you can join us for that. As Southampton about to get ready for the start of the second half. They will be attacking the goal to our left in the second half. So they're about to get the game underway. Willie Smallbone is just standing over that one, and he gets the game back underway for the start of the second half. The ball is played long, looking for Adam Armstrong, but Joe Rondon just picking up there and clearing the ball downfield, and it goes out of play for a throw into Southampton, which is going to be taken by Jack Stevens. Jack Stevens is the Southampton captain, as they lead by a very brittle one-goal lead, if you will. At the moment, this lead is very fragile, given the fact that Leeds United can get themselves back into this game. They've got the players to do that. I think Southampton will probably feel a great deal better if they could add another goal to this. Daniel Farke makes no changes at half-time, neither does Southampton and Russell Martin. The teams are as you were at the end of the first half. I'll just read those out to you now. Meslier in goal. Firpo, Rondon, Ampadu, Gray, Kamara, Gruev, Somerville, Ruter, Nonto and Pirro for Leeds United. For Southampton, McCarthy, Stevens, Bednarak, Harwood Bellis, Walker-Peters, Arabo, Downs, Smallbone, Fraser, Armstrong and Adozie, the substitute. And it's now picked up by Kyle Walker-Peters for Southampton. Southampton cutting across there, making a good challenge there is Rutu. But the foul has actually been given against Kyle Walker-Peters, and it's going to be a free kick for Leeds United. And it's picked up here by Gruev. Gruev just moves towards the middle of the park and plays it across there to Rondon, who goes all the way back to Ilan Meslier in goal. And he holds the ball up and releases it there to Ethan Ampadu. And the ball is played forward that time. It's a very poor pass by Firpo. And Southampton pick up the ball quite easily. And here's Stevens now for Southampton. Stevens plays the ball to Adozie. Adozie down the right-hand side. Can he get the cross in? Samuel Adozie is in the penalty area. It's pulled back to Stevens and the shot is blocked. I think the shot was blocked by Rondon there. But here's Kyle Walker-Peters now for Southampton. He's fouled that time, surely. The referee has not given a foul that time, though, against Somerville. And his clearance only finds William Smallbone. But it's nipped in and won back well by Pirro. Pirro gives it to Nonto down the right-hand side, and perhaps Leeds can break now. Nonto, overlapping there is Archie Gray. Gray down the right-hand side, he slips the ball back to Nonto, and now gives the ball to Gruev. Gruev is about 30 yards out now, Gruev. He drops the ball back here to Rutu, and Rutu plays the ball to Gray again. And it's now picked up by Pirro. Back to Gray. Pirro again, as he drops the ball back. And it's now with... it breaks loose for Nonto. Nonto in the penalty area. Here's a chance now, though, for Rondon all of a sudden in the penalty area, but it's blocked. It comes back to Somerville with a shot, and it's just over the crossbar. Oh, that was a good effort. Good play by Leeds. Definitely their best bit of football in the match so far. It started off with Rondon finding himself in the penalty area. It was a really good challenge by Harwood Bellis. and it fell to Somerville, whose shot just curled away and over the crossbar, and that chance goes away for Leeds United. But that's the closest that they have come in this game so far to an equaliser. And it's just nipped in and won there by Flynn Downs, but it breaks loose for Gruev. Gruev gives the ball there to Kamara. Kamara to Junior Firpo and back to Kamara. Kamara holds the ball up. Firpo is approached by a Dozy. Back to Kamara. Here's Gruev. Gruev just drops the ball back there to Rondon, who of course found himself in the penalty area a few moments ago. Here's Firpo. Firpo now for Leeds United. Firpo gives it to Rutu. Rutu gets to the byline. The cross comes in and it's knocked behind. Well, it's almost knocked behind there by Arabo. It's cleared, but only as far as Pirro, and Pirro's shot is blocked and it goes out of play for a throw-in to Leeds United, as the Leeds fans looking pretty apprehensive right there. Here's Gray. Back to Rondon. Southampton have defended very, very well in this game so far. And the ball is across to Firpo. Firpo. Kamara. Kamara to Pirro. And it's now with Gruev. Back to Rondon. To Gruev. And here is Kamara. It's dropped back into their own half. Leeds just having an extended period of possession here. Just playing a little tic-tac-toe football, passing the ball around. Not really going anywhere as of yet, though. They're inside their own half here with Kamara. And Kamara drops it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And he releases that. And it's Firpo now for Leeds. It's played forward to Rutu, but cutting across is Taylor Harwood-Bellis. But Rutu goes down. It's that in the penalty area. A yellow card for Harwood-Bellis. But I'd just like to see where in position that was. No, it's outside the box. It's outside the box by Harwood-Bellis, no question. But he joins his teammates Bednarak and Fraser in the referee's notebook. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds in a pretty dangerous position as it stands. It's about level with the 6-yard box and literally a yard outside the penalty area. If that really, more like half a yard. Anyway, it's going to be taken by Crescencio Somerville. Real chance for Leeds to see if they can get back in this game. It's swung in by Somerville, but it is a very poor free kick. It's headed behind by Taylor Harwood-Bellis. It's going to be a corner, but it really wasn't the best free kick at all. I'm not sure whether he was trying to beat the goalkeeper at the near post, but anyway, Leeds get a corner out of it. And it's going to be taken by Rutu, and it's given to Nonto. Nonto, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. And it's swung in there by Gruev, looking for Rondon in the penalty area. Good work by Arabo, heads that ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds United. It's Leeds United 0, Southampton 1. It's Archie Gray with the throw-in. It's taken from the wrong position and a foul throw as well. And that will be very disappointing for Leeds United. A foul throw by Archie Gray. Didn't, as you can see here, he didn't get the ball behind his head fully. As we look again at these chances by Southampton. This one falling to Jack Stevens. Really good block by Ampadu that time. And it's a throw in now for Southampton, following on from the foul throw from Archie Gray. And he's trying to steal yards, and John Brooks has gone over there to have a word with him and tell him not to do that. Stevens now is going to take the throw in. And again, steals exactly the same yards again, and this time throws the ball into the Leeds United half of the field, but he only finds Ampadu. And now Leeds United can come forward now. A little back heel by Crescencio Somerville. He was looking for Pirro, but in the end only found Arabo there. And now Southampton have the ball. And it's Bednarak. It's dropped back to Arabo. Arabo. Oh, he tries to find small ball, but he's given the ball away there to Crescencio Somerville, and now Leeds can come forward, and it's Pirro under pressure there. He somehow keeps possession, and the ball breaks loose, and here comes Leeds United again, and it's Pirro again, and this time he's challenged and dispossessed by Smallbone, as Smallbone clears the ball into the Leeds United half of the field, and it's picked up there by Rondon and back to the goalkeeper, McCarthy, and well, Leeds are going to start again from the back with Gruev, and he gives the ball to Archie Gray. Gray drops the ball back there to Rondon. Rondon back to Gray. Gray gives the ball to Nonto and to Gruev, and Gruev just did a quick 1-2 with Nonto, but he runs straight into Flynn Downs, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a Leeds United throw-in down the right-hand side to be taken by Gray, and Gray leaves the ball to Gruev. Gruev to Rutu. Rutu's ball across there to Firpo. Firpo moving forward now for Leeds United. He drops the ball off there to Rutu. Rutu gives the ball back there to Kamara. Kamara, and it's now picked up by Somerville. Somerville back to Kamara. Leeds slow build up. Kamara plays it into Somerville inside the penalty area. There's a mountain of a defence in front of him. Good ball by Willie Nonto to Gray, and it's now back with Rondon to Gray again. Corner of the penalty area, right hand side. Gray just trying to pull away here from Ryan Fraser. Gives the ball to Rondon. Rondon drops the ball back to Gray. Gray back to Rondon again. This is a very patient build up by Leeds. And is Rutu, gives the ball back to Rutu now. Rutu swings the ball to Nonto, back to Gray. And it's Gruev. Gray, extended possession here for Leeds United. They're just keeping the ball nice and well, just stroking the ball about all over the field. And here's Kamara. The Leeds is over on the left-hand side is Kamara now. Gives the ball to Nonto. Nonto is fouled by Flynn Downs, and it's going to be a free kick. And, it was a late challenge on Nonto and a free kick. No further action taken by John Brooks. And the free kick is, I would say, about 25 yards out. It's a good opportunity for somebody who can strike a free kick from here. We're just going to see there's Pirro over it, Somerville over it. Nonto's lingering with intent. But it looks like it's either going to be Gruev actually or Somerville. Let's see what's going on here. Gruev standing over this one. It's Alex McCarthy just trying to organise his wall. It may be Somerville. Let's see who it is. Gruev over it. Looks like it might be Somerville. It is Somerville, and it's a poor free kick. Goes well over the crossbar and into the Leeds fans behind that goal. As you can see here, just, well, you know, if there was another net on top of the net, it wouldn't have gone in. It was a very poor free kick by Crescencio Somerville. And the ball is played forward here and picked up there by Kamara. Kamara lays it off there to Rondon. Rondon gives it to Nonto. Nonto picks up the ball and plays it across to Firpo. Down the left-hand side, Firpo gives the ball back to Nonto. Kamara, as Leeds again, keeping possession with patient build-up. Rondon. Gruev. Gray. Goes all the way back to Rondon again inside his own half, and I think Leeds are just comfortable maintaining possession and trying to just shift this Southampton shape out of position and maybe create something that way, because right now this Southampton defence has been rock solid and Leeds have just found no way through, and I think maybe they're just trying to work this Southampton team out of shape here. But here's Firpo for Leeds. Firpo just plays the ball to Crescencio Somerville. Somerville just trying to cut away here. It's Somerville again. He's trying to get to the byline. And is he fouled there? It is a free kick. Complaints from the Southampton players. but it's going to be a free kick, and the challenge there once again by Flynn Downs. And I have to say, Flynn Downs, he's done a few of these now, and he makes no attempt to win the ball there. I actually have to be honest, I'm very surprised that Flynn Downs hasn't found his way in the referee's notebook as of yet. But the free kick is going to be taken. Fouls committed, 10 by Southampton, 8 by Leeds. And we are on the hour mark, and it's Leeds United 0, Southampton 0. Free kick almost level with a 6-yard box, just 1 yard in from the touchline. It's swung in by Rutu, and the header is on. And Alex McCarthy just gets up. The header was by Ampadu, but Alex McCarthy was just able to jump up and pluck that out of the air. And here's Arabo. Arabo plays it into the midfield there, and picked up by Downs. And it's now with Stevens. Stevens plays the ball to Bednarak. And the ball is played forward here. And Adam Armstrong is in an offside position there, surely. And yes, indeed he is. It's going to be a free kick for Leeds United. As we take a look at this again. Strayed. Oh, it was close. A lot closer than I thought it was, actually. I actually thought he'd strayed into a much further offside position. That is very close indeed. But anyway, it's a free kick to Leeds United. Still 1-0. That slender 1-goal lead, the difference between the Whites and the Saints. And here's Firpo. Firpo tries to play the ball forward, but it's won back now. And it's Smallbone down the right-hand side. William Smallbone is surrounded by Firpo there. And it's picked up by Adozi. Adozi tries to find Smallbone again, but that pass had too much weight on it. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, one thing we haven't been blessed with in this game is a super exciting game. We certainly haven't seen that. Lots of missed passes and not a great deal of excitement or chances in this game, it has to be said. But nevertheless, it's 1-0. It's a playoff final, so anything can still happen in the next 29 minutes or so. The ball is played forward there to Crescencio Somerville. Somerville is dispossessed. And he's dispossessed by Kyle Walker-Peters there, who is then fouled. And it's going to be a free kick. And a warning for Crescencio Somerville, who has already been booked. So he has to be very careful. He was complaining about the original shirt pull, but he made no attempt to win that ball, and he has already been booked. So Crescencio Somerville needs to be very, very careful now. Leeds certainly don't want to be reduced to 10 men. It's Russell Martin motivating his team. The free kick is taken quickly. And it's now with Fraser, and he launches the ball to Smallbone. Smallbone plays it. I mean, look at this. Plays it off Ethan Ampadu, and Ampadu was appealing for the throw-in like it was his last cupcake. It wasn't given, though. It was given in favour of Southampton. And the Southampton fans celebrating on that far side. They have not won yet, though. Here is Adozi for Southampton. And now it's with Downs. Flynn Downs over by the touchline to Smallbone down that right-hand side. Smallbone goes down very easily there by Ampadu. And after the second challenge, he gets pulled up by the official on the far side, who gets a free kick. And he sarcastically claps the official Ampadu, which again, this is not really a smart thing to do either. But again, considering, yeah, he's got his hands on him. But I'll say this much: though, Smallbone does go down very easy. It's a free kick to Southampton, though, and 63 minutes gone here. Smallbone is standing over this. A second goal by Southampton now may pretty much end this tie, but we'll see. Smallbone swings the ball in, and it's headed out that time. By Crescencio Somerville that time, and it's Kyle Walker-Peters now. Flynn Downs. He's got options left and right. He drops the ball there to Stevens. Back to Downs. Downs holds the ball up for Southampton. And it's now with Kyle Walker-Peters, who drops the ball back to his goalkeeper. Southampton just quite happy to play this game out right now. Here's Fraser. It's a good ball there to Jack Stevens. He plays the ball off Archie Gray and out for a throw-in. And the throw-in to be taken by Stevens. It's a long throw-in. And he's looking for Adam Armstrong. He picks up the ball. And intercepting there is Rondon, who makes a challenge and puts the ball behind for a corner. So it is still 1-0 and a corner for Southampton. It's we have 25 minutes left in this Championship playoff final. If it stays the way it is, it'll be the Saints going into the Premier League. And the corner is going to be taken down this left-hand side, and it's going to be taken by William Smallbone. It's going to swing this one in. And it goes in towards the 6-yard box, and Ilan Melier just plucks it out the air with authority. And he releases the ball to Rutu. And Rutu is on his way now for Leeds United. Let's see if he can create something. He tries to play the ball through there to Somerville, but that is a good block there by Stevens. And now Southampton coming the other way with Edozie. Edozie goes down under the challenge of Firpo, and it's going to be a free kick for the foul on Samuel Edozie. And the first change for Leeds coming up, it is Daniel James who is coming on, and it looks like Willie Nanto is the one to make the change. Indeed it is. Daniel James is on, and Willie Nanto is off. Daniel Farker just looking to make some changes here to see whether Leeds United can spark something, create something, break down this Southampton defence that they've had so much trouble with all afternoon. And the ball is played forward here, and it's picked up by Fraser. Fraser down the left-hand side. Fraser's got Archie Gray in front of him. This is good work by Fraser. Can he get the cross in? No, it's not the greatest of crosses. And it's plucked out of the air by Ilan Melier with ease. And he launches the ball downfield now. Leeds really have to hurry. Looking for Daniel James down that left-hand side. But it's headed out of play by Willie Smallbone. And it's going to be a throw-in for Leeds United, which Archie Gray is going to take. Gray, just midway inside the Southampton half of the field. And Gray plays the ball forward. I mean, gets the ball back from a rebound there off Flynn Downs, and he gives the ball to Dan James down the right. Dan James cuts into the middle. He gets the cross in, but there is nobody there. And it's just headed out there by Arabo. By Kyle Walker-Peters, I should say. And it's going to be a throw into Leeds, and it's taken quickly by Rondon, as Leeds now attempting to move forward with Gruev. Here's Gray. Back to Rondon. Rondon just turns away there and plays the ball forward, and it's a poor ball. And only finds Arabo. And Arabo's ball forward finds Edozie. Real chance for Samuel Edozie. He gets the shot away and he curls it wide. Oh, that was an opportunity to really put this game to bed. Samuel Edozie, the substitute, found his way inside the penalty area. And in the end, it was just pulled wide. Let's just take a look at this. I mean, Ampadu doesn't get close enough here. And that was a real opportunity for Edozie. We've had precious few chances in this game, but that was one that perhaps Edozie should have taken. Leeds have had one shot on goal. Southampton have had 3. That's the limitation of chances that we've had in this game. And here is Ampadu. He plays the ball forward, but it's picked up well by Stevens. He drops the ball there to Flynn Downs. Downs tries to find Kyle Walker-Peters, but nipping in there is Firpo. Junior Firpo drops the ball to Kamara. Kamara just gives the ball to Dan James. He's down that right-hand side now. James looking to get the cross in. Let's see what he's got. Dan James chasing to the byline. And he's just cuts back to the edge of the penalty area, now moving towards the middle and releases the ball to Archie Gray. Archie Gray tries to play the ball through there to Pirro, but that is cleared away that time by Bednarak, and he finds Adam Armstrong, and Armstrong tries to send Edozie off on his way, but the pass was just a bit away from Edozie, and Ampadu just gets across and makes a challenge and gives it back to McCarthy. It's now with Ampadu again. We've got 21 minutes left in this championship playoff final. And it's now there with Kamara. Kamara just drops it back to Meslier. Meslier gives the ball to Rondon, and that is poor by Rondon. He's not able to control that, and it goes out of play, inviting more pressure on the Leeds United defence, as we're going to see a Southampton substitution. And coming on is Shea Adams, and coming off is Ryan Fraser. He's being forced off in the quickest route by John Brooks as well. So Fraser goes off, and Shea Adams comes on for Southampton's second substitution. Shea Adams wearing number 10, as he is coming on for Southampton. And with 20 minutes left to go in this game, if there's any of you in the chat there that's a Leeds United fan, if you want to comment, do you see Leeds United getting back into this game, or do you think you're just running short of ideas right now? Let us know in the comments section. I'll read them out. The ball is played forward there, and it's just won back that time by Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and Kyle Walker-Peters has gone down, and I think the referee has pulled up here for a free kick for Southampton for a foul by Pirro. And Pirro is protesting, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. It is indeed a free kick for Southampton, just inside the centre circle. And Southampton now, as time drags on, of course, they are just going to take their time. And here's Harwood-Bellis, gives the ball to Kyle Walker-Peters. He just goes back into his own half and returns the ball to Harwood-Bellis, who goes all the way back to Alex McCarthy. McCarthy launches the ball right-footed downfield. Cutting across there is Edozie. The ball loops up into the air and is picked up by Firpo in the centre circle. Firpo tries to set Dan James off on his way. It's a good block by Arabo. And it now comes back to Archie Gray. Gray drops the ball back there to Gruev. Gruev, long ball up, and the header is won comfortably that time by Bednarak. And Southampton pick up possession with Edozie. Edozie releases it to Jack Stevens, and Stevens may give the ball away if he's not careful here. He drops the ball back there to Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Bellis, long ball there, looking for the pacey Arolio, and he tries to loop Meslier, and he doesn't quite get it right, Aribo. But you can see here the long ball by Harwood-Bellis was really perfect, and Arabo just gets away from Archie Gray. He tries to loop the goalkeeper Meslier, but he doesn't get that right, and Meslier just plucks it out of the air. And it's now there with Rondon. Rondon gives the ball back to the goalkeeper, who releases it back to Rondon. And once again, he gives the ball back to the goalkeeper with 18 minutes left here. Still only the single goal separates us at Wembley Stadium between Leeds and Southampton. Here's Firpo, plays the ball forward, and now Crescencio Somerville is chasing Kyle Walker-Peters. Rutu also there, but Kyle Walker-Peters gets away from both of them, and he's fouled by Rutu this time, and it's going to be a free kick to Southampton. Still 1-0, and I've got to be honest, at this rate, I don't see a way back for Leeds. We're going to see a double substitution now for Leeds United. It's number 12 and 33 that is coming on. So it's Connor Roberts. Excuse me. Connor Roberts and Jaden Anthony are coming on. Ampadu has gone off. And I'm just not quite sure who the other substitute is. It's Somerville that has gone off. So Somerville is off. Ampadu is off. And Connor Roberts and Jaden Anthony are on to make that the second and third substitution in this match for Leeds United. And we'll see whether this affects anything. Here's Walker-Peters, and he gets the ball back as Kyle Walker-Peters that time but didn't go anywhere really. And it went behind for a goal kick as Leeds fans, well, they look very anxious right now, as do Southampton fans. I mean, there is only one goal in it, but at the moment it's in favour of Southampton, and the ball is long here, looking for Pirro, and it's just headed out by Bednarak, and it's going to be a throw-in. And the throw-in is going to be taken by Junior Firpo. It's level with the Southampton penalty area, and it's off the number 12 for Leeds United. There, Jaden Anthony, who's just come on. Not the first touch he would have wanted. And it's a throw-in to Southampton. Time ticking down here, as the Leeds fans looking on anxiously. In fact, you can kind of see the worry on both sets of supporters. So throw-in taken by Kyle Walker-Peters, throws it long. It's one in the air that time by Ampadu, but Ampadu wins it again. And he just takes it back away from Shea Adams. And Ampadu now plays the ball to Junior Firpo. Firpo plays the ball there to Gruev. Gruev under pressure, he goes down, he's claiming a foul. The referee said no, and it's just nipped back and won there by Arabo. And now Southampton can kind of come away with it. Shea Adams nearly stumbles over it, and here's Bednarak. And Stevens now plays the ball forward here to Samuel Adozie. And Adozie gives the ball back to Stevens, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. And he releases it to Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis, long ball forward. It's flicked on in the middle of the park there by the number 10, Shea Adams. But it only finds Ampadu, and Ampadu launches the ball, not Ampadu rather, Joe Rondon launches the ball forward. It goes out of play off Smallbone, and it's a throw-in for Leeds United. And the ball is played across here to the number 33, Connor Roberts now. Connor Roberts, a former Burnley player. It's launched forward now, looking for Daniel James. Can he get the cross in? Oh, that's a fine challenge by Jack Stevens. And it's going to be a corner for Leeds United. But that was a fine challenge, blocking that cross from coming in from Daniel James. It started with the pass over the top by Connor Roberts. And from what I've seen with Leeds in this game so far, they're getting most of their joy with the ball over the top. Media Radio and Jingles says, I thought Leeds would score by this point. Well, they've got a corner now. Let's see, it's swung in. It's flicked up in the air by Rutu, but coming out and claiming it is Alex McCarthy. And he just plucks that out of the air and will now take his time. He needs to be careful having that ball in one hand like that. I don't know how many times. I remember the first time that happened in a game between Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. Gary Crosby headed the ball out of Andy Dibble's hand and put the ball in the net. So goalkeepers should be very careful when they do that. As Samuel Adozie has gone down for cramp at the moment. As he's got the physio on right now. John Brooks has stopped the game for the time being. And just thanks. Just want to say thanks very much for joining us today in this Championship playoff final. You're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partner for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. And don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live. And you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Commentary Hub. It's Daniel Farker now, just going back to the bench, have a word with his assistant. He does not look very pleased right now. As we look in the bench at some of the Leeds United officials, who also are looking on with concern. We have about 12 minutes left here for Leeds to get an equaliser. Here's Shea Adams for Southampton. Shea Adams was dispossessed there, but he was dispossessed that time by, yes, that's a yellow card for Shea Adams. and he was dispossessed by Rondon. We just take a look at this. So Rondon there. So it's a free kick and a yellow card for Shay Adams with 79 minutes gone. For substitute goes into the referee's notebook, and it is a free kick. And the corner of the penalty area, right hand side. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be swung in towards the back post there, and almost on the end of it was Rutu. It was swung in by Jaden Anthony, and it looks like Adams might have got the final touch on that, and it's going to be a corner, and it's going to be taken there by the number 44, Gruev. So the corner is taken on the right-hand side by Gruev. And he just swings the ball in, and it's headed up into the air once again by Shay Adams. Picked up by Gruev. And he drops the ball to Daniel James. Daniel James back to Gruev, down the right-hand side. And it's won back by Armstrong. And it's now just trying to keep a hold of that ball. It's Kyle Walker-Peters, but he's under pressure by Rutu. And Kyle Walker-Peters still holding down there, and he's finally thrown down, and the referee is going to give a free kick here to Southampton. And, well, I just want to make an adjustment to the substitute I mentioned earlier. I thought actually it was Ampadu. It was not Ampadu. The substitute was Kamara. So I think I made a bit of a boo-boo there. I'm sorry. It wasn't Ampadu that went off. It was Kamara. So that was a change for Connor Roberts, which is kind of an interesting one, as Kamara is a midfielder. To take a midfielder off for a defender at this point when you're 1-0 down is very strange. And we've got another player down right now, so we've got a lot of stop-starts going on here, as Leeds United are preparing another substitute. And we're just trying to see who that is. But he is just receiving some instructions from one of the coaching staff. As we have another Leeds United player down right now, and it is the captain, Ampadu. So we'll probably see another Leeds United substitute very shortly. Also, Southampton readying another substitute as well, as we go into the final few minutes of this game. It's prime time substitutes. Coming on is Matteo Joseph for Leeds, and I'm just going to try and see who it is that's coming off. Is it Ampadu this time? He's on his feet again, but I'll just make sure I get it right this time for you. He's making his way off, I think, but I'll get a definite for you in a moment. It's number 23 for Southampton also coming on. With number 23. So it looks like it's Samuel Edozie coming off, who is injured. So Samuel Edozie came on, and he's coming off now. And coming on, we're going to get the substitutes for you in a second. So Junior Firpo comes off for Matteo Joseph. And that is 83 minutes. And for Southampton, Samuel Edozie has come off. Coming on is Ryan Manning. So Ryan Manning is on for Samuel Edozie. So that's an interesting one. The substitute being substituted, looks like he picked up a knock there, and that is the reason why he is off for the time being. But here come Leeds, and it is cut inside there, a shot from Daniel James. He's on the corner of the penalty area now, left hand side. He gets the ball back to James. James shot, he rattles the crossbar, and Leeds came oh so close to the equaliser there. Oh my goodness me! And a free kick has been given, but Daniel James, you have to wonder whether it's Leeds United's day when you see that. He just picked that up and struck it so sweetly. Goalkeeper nowhere near it, and it rattles the crossbar. And Leeds United come very close to levelling the score here. But instead, it remains 1-0. And I will be giving my player of the match in about 4 minutes' time. If you have an opinion for player of the match yourself, please feel free to just pop it in the comments box there. I'll read it out. I'll give mine in about 4 minutes' time. But that's free kick now is taken quickly, but Leeds come so close that time. And here is Smallbone down the right-hand side. Smallbone tries to get the crossing, looking for Armstrong. It's hacked out of play that time by the number 4, Ampadu. And Ampadu cuts across Kyle Walker-Peters and makes a good challenge. And James is fouled. And a yellow card has been brandished to Flynn Downs. And it's about time, because he's gotten away with a lot in this game. And finally, he goes into the referee's notebook. And it's going to be a free kick. As we look there on there, there's Matt Le Tissier. Again, the Southampton legend, Matt Le Tissier. Well, it's now with Gray. The ball is played long, looking for Rutu. And it's cleared away that time by Southampton by Jack Stevens. And here is the shot by Rutu. The pass across from Pirro to Rutu. And Rutu just fires the ball over the crossbar and out of play. And it's going to be a goal kick. As once again, Leeds piling on the pressure, looking for an equaliser here. Pirro's pass across to Rutu, it was well over the crossbar. Not even really, I would say, close. But of course, the closest Leeds United have come is that crossbar. We've just had the attendance come in, 85,862 in the Championship playoff final. And a capacity Wembley Stadium, as it's back with the goalkeeper Ilan Meslier now, and he releases the ball to Archie Gray. Gray gives the ball forward there to the number 33, Connor Roberts. It's back with Gray. Gray in field there to Rondon. Rondon back to Ampadu. Good ball out to Daniel James on the left-hand side. Daniel James cuts inside. He lifts the ball in the penalty area, looking for Rutu. And again, Daniel James. Oh, that's a terrible collision. And it looks like there was a collision of the heads there. James goes down. Kyle Walker-Peters is the other one that's down. But a clash there between the pair of them, and that looked nasty, to say the very least. Well, it's going to be it's a stoppage in play, and the two players are getting treatment. Russell Martin now just encouraging his team just to hang on right now. They've already had the warning shot fired across the bow with the chance that hit the post. But, well, it's been one of those days today for Southampton. I think things have just kind of gone their way. They've defended very, very well. They've earned this 1-0 lead. And Leeds have had real trouble breaking them down. And Russell Martin just giving instructions as take a look at some of the other Southampton dignitaries. It looks like, unless Leeds can score in the next few minutes, that Southampton will be returning to the Premier League. And Leeds United will be condemned to another year in the Championship. As Harwood Bellis just receiving some instructions as well. As Leeds United They do have some financial issues if they do stay down. They may have to release some of their players for financial fair play regulations. So we'll see what happens coming into next season if things remain the way that they are. The two players are still down, so we're going to get a lengthy amount of stoppage time. I would argue at the moment at least 5 or 6 minutes. Much of the second half has been fairly fluent, but this is a long stoppage for these head injuries. And you really have to be careful with concussion protocols in this situation. Just take a look again here at, I think this is a Southampton goal. Yes, it is. Southampton, that is a goal that is sending them up right now. Media Radio, Jingles and Gaming says, I have to say Southampton have played well, so strongly, deserve the win and their promotion to the Premier League. I agree. They've defended so well. They've looked good when they've come forward. They've exposed parts of Leeds United's defence. It's been a tight game all round, really, but both sides, particularly Southampton, I think, thoroughly deserved the victory. For Leeds, well, it could be back to the drawing board for them, but there's still only one goal in it. There's going to be plenty of stoppage time. It's not over yet. As Leeds United fans just still sat there looking on and wondering what is next. Can they get back into this game? The Southampton fans being driven through an afternoon of emotional roller coaster, if you will. Now, Kyle Walker-Peters is still down, I think. I think up on his feet now is this looks pretty serious. This looks pretty serious. He's down. He's still down. Daniel James is back up. He's got a head bandage on. He's had to remove his shirt, so obviously there's been some blood spilled there. And it looks like there's 9 minutes of stoppage time, folks. As Daniel James now back on his feet, Kyle Walker-Peters back on his feet, and it does look like Daniel James is going to have to get a new shirt. Both Kyle Walker-Peters and Daniel James making sure each other is okay. That's a nice touch. And we are going to get the game back underway momentarily here. And the referee is just having a word with Gruev. Gruev is going to hand the ball back. The referee is going to hand the ball back to Gruev, and Leeds can keep possession now with Archie Gray. He slips the ball to Connor Roberts. That's a good ball there to Mateo Joseph. Mateo Joseph in the penalty area. It's pulled across and it's cleared away, but not very far from Shea Adams. And now Connor Roberts just drops the ball back to Archie Gray. But it's a slip by Gray, and here goes Shea Adams. And he will no doubt take it towards the corner flag. Shea Adams drops the ball back here to Joe Aribo. Aribo drops it back to Adams. And, again, a pass there by Smallbone to Adams. It's not reached there. So I think I'm going to name the player of the match at the next stoppage, incidentally. It's a long ball now to Daniel James, and it's cleared out of play by Kyle Walker-Peters. So just give me a moment here, and I'm going to update the player of the match and who I'm giving it to, and then I am going to announce it. Here is Archie Gray. Gray gives the ball to Connor Roberts. And Connor Roberts gives the ball there to Rondon. And here is Daniel James now for Leeds. He plays the ball there to Rutu, but it's cleared and hacked out of play by Jack Stevens. And it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds United, which is taken quickly, and it's Gruev. Gruev tries to play the ball to Rutu. And the player of the match is going to be announced next in a few moments here. So it's now with Archie Gray. Gray gives the ball to Rondon. And the ball is played forward here, flicked on there. And it's now just down this near side is comes back to a shot by Daniel James. It's a good save, and Joseph drops the ball back to Connor Roberts. Roberts tries to flick the ball forward into the penalty area, but that's a really good challenge that time by Aribo, and it's going to be a throw-in. So I'm just going to quickly name our player of the match, and our player of the match today I'm giving to Southampton's number 16, William Smallbone. His involvement in the goal has been very effective all afternoon in midfield, and for me, he deserves the player of the match. So today's player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Southampton's number 16, William Smallbone. As Manning there just gets in, and it's cleared away. And there is the goalkeeper. Media, Radio and Jingles and Gaming thinks Leeds still have time. Well, they definitely still have some time. There's 4 minutes left in stoppage time. And so they do still have time to an equalising goal. But they are running out of ideas here. Connor Roberts taking the throw in here. And here is Rondon. Rondon gives the ball back to Connor Roberts. And it's long looking for Rutu, and Alex McCarthy comes out and claims that. Now at full time, we'll take a short break, and then we'll discuss, break it down, if you will, this game, and then we'll close out for the show. But Southampton still holding on right now. Shea Adams chasing this one, but cutting across is Archie Gray and making the challenge, and headed out of play by Ethan Ampadu. It's going to be a throw-in to Southampton, and they'll be happy with a ball at this end of the pitch. And it's going to be taken here by Arabal. Or is it? No, it's not actually. It's Kyle Walker-Peters that's going to take this one, and he's going to go for the long throw. He plays it short there, in fact, to Shea Adams, and Shea Adams is fouled, and it's going to be a free kick. And the argument's coming in, and that's not going to help his cause. He wants to just let that one go, but it is a free kick to Southampton for the foul by Joe Rondon into the back of Shea Adams. No further action taken by the referee, and William Smallbone, our player of the match, is standing over this one. He plays it short, and here is Shea Adams, just takes it into the corner, and it goes behind for a goal kick. And well, we're inside the last 2 minutes of this game, and Leeds United fans, well, they look pretty despondent. Looks like it could be another year in the Championship for them unless they can grab an equaliser now. The ball is long, and chasing this one down is the number 12 for Leeds United, Jaden Anthony, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. Seems to have come off a Southampton player last, so Connor Roberts is going to get the opportunity for a long throw here. And Connor Roberts now going to launch this one into the box. It's up there goes McCarthy, gets a huge punch on that, almost gets it right back to the halfway line. Here's Archie Gray. Gray delivers the ball to Jaden Anthony again, and Jaden Anthony tries to swing the cross in, but it's blocked, and now Southampton can come away with Aribo taking it down the left hand side. He's got Daniel James in front of him. Aribo turns back and gives it to Stevens, and Stevens launches a ball long into the Leeds half of the field, and it's out of play for a throw-in, and it's going to be taken by Archie Gray. 30 seconds left in stoppage time. It's Leeds 0, Southampton 1. And Leeds United are at the moment going to have another season in the Championship, as it's going to be cleared downfield by Ilham Meslier. And up in the air there goes Shea Adams, and it comes to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts swings across in. Oh, it might fall for Rutu here. And the referee has pulled up for an infraction. And it's going to be a free kick to Southampton, and that could be that. An hour has passed since the second half, but I think Leeds still have time, says Media, Radio and Jingles. Well, they're just about out of time now. We're playing whatever time John Brooks feels is necessary for potential time wasting and stuff like that. So we have played the 9 minutes of stoppage time. Southampton fans starting to celebrate. Leeds United fans, well, not quite so. The ball is cleared downfield and headed on. And again, this time headed on that time by Pirro. And the ball is played long as still we play on. And it's Daniel James now down the left-hand side. Daniel James looking to get to the byline. He gets across in. And it's hacked away by Jan Bednarek. And the referee, John Brooks, still has not blown his whistle yet. It's back with Ilham Meslier. Meslier releases the ball here to Ampadu. Ampadu goes long, and it only goes as far as Joe Aribi. And out of play for a throw-in to Southampton. And the referee, the Southampton players are asking for the whistle. Russell Martin is asking for the whistle. We've played an additional minute and a half in stoppage time than what was agreed, but bear in mind, remember, it's minimum of 9 minutes. The referee can add on discretionary time, and he will do if he sees time wasting like this by Jack Stevens. And he still hasn't taken the throw in. And finally, we're going to see Jack Stevens throw it long now. It goes over the head of Shea Adams and hooked away by Rondon, only as far as Flynn Downs. Downs tries to get on the end of that. And, well, it goes up in the air, and the referee has he finally blown the whistle? He has! It's full time! A yellow card is going to be issued at the end, I think. It's being dragged up there as Aribe by Meslier. A yellow card is flashed to Aribe. Is that game over? I thought it was. Maybe not. Somebody had just removed their shirt. No, it's not game over. Still, we continue to play. 2.5 minutes after the 9 minutes of stoppage time. It's long. Headed away there this time. And this time it is full time. The referee, John Brooks, finally blows his whistle. And Southampton go into the Premier League with a 1-0 victory over Leeds United. And, well, it was always coming. As the second half progressed, Leeds seemed short of ideas. They didn't seem to know how to break Southampton down all the way through this game. And you could see it in the end. Southampton are promoted to the Premier League, and Leeds United will have to fight another year in the Championship. And seconds left. I actually wasn't sure at Media Radio Jingles and Gaming. I thought it was full time initially, but it wasn't. But now it is. And Southampton have won. The Leeds United players are on their knees. They are they're in tears, some of them. And it's a desperately disappointing day for Leeds United. I'm not sure who that is, but it's Gruev, who is in tears over there on the far side. And obviously it's very upsetting. In every game there's winners and there's losers, and this is what makes football such a wonderful game to watch. The emotion, the passion that each team will throw into a game like this. But unfortunately, there always has to be a second place. And today it's Leeds United as Southampton go on to the Premier League. and we are going to just take a short break, and we'll be back as Daniel Farker is consoling Daniel James there. Joe Smoke says, great weekend of commentary. Well done, Paul. Thanks, Joe. Southampton going into the Premier League. We will take a short break and we'll be back to kind of break things down. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Welcome back as you joined us just as the Southampton players are going up the steps here at Wembley to take the Championship playoff trophy. And, well, they're just making those 100-step march up Wembley here to collect the trophy and £188 million in revenue for going into the Premier League, and a chance for Southampton to get themselves established back in the top division again. For Leeds, well, it was a season of a season of inconclusion, in the sense that they really were in a very good position for the automatic position in the last sort of 5 to 10 games of the season, and then they went on a terrible run and ended up failing and having to make the playoffs. And today they will look back on those results with great resentment. Southampton now going up to the steps to claim the Championship playoff trophy, as the Southampton fans still there cheering at the top of their voice. They know that what this means for them. Visits at St Mary's by Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, and for Leeds, well, it means visits to Ellen Road from Preston, Burnley, Coventry. There's a big difference in that, it has to be said, with the greatest of respect to those clubs. This is a huge opportunity for Southampton now. And so just waiting to make those final steps. Jack Stevens, the captain for Southampton. Well, he'll lift the trophy in just a few moments' time. And then we'll just quickly break down this game and we'll end the show. I want to thank you all for joining me today, spending your Sunday afternoon with me, spending your valuable time with me. I really appreciate it. Everyone at the Commentary Hub appreciates our listeners, and we appreciate your time. As the medals are now handed out to the Southampton players, and a moment of celebration for the Saints. And there's Kyle Walker-Peters, a huge smile on his face. He's obviously very happy, and looking at the rest of this Southampton team, they'll have to make some changes in the summer, I think, if they're looking to stay in the top division. But I think with some money spent and the right players brought in, Southampton could establish themselves in the top division once again. Southampton now are just waiting to receive their playoff trophy. It's with the Sky Bet ribbons on, and it's going to be handed to Jack Stevens in just a moment. And it is handed to Jack Stevens, and Southampton, the Saints, go marching back into the Premier League as that trophy is lifted high, and Southampton will join Ipswich and Leicester in the Premier League next season. What a wonderful moment it is for Southampton. What a wonderful moment it is for the Saints fans that travelled to Wembley, as they can go back down south now, knowing that they will be playing Premier League football next season. Breaking this game down, Leeds, well, they had chances in the first half. They was not able to break down the Southampton defence in the manner in which they would have liked. They were not able to break down Jack Stevens. They were not able to create chances inside the Southampton defence. The closest they got was a shot against the crossbar in the second half, of course, by the substitute Daniel James. But they just didn't do enough to win the game, in my opinion. Southampton worked hard, defended well, won the small battles, and the chance that they created, they put away. And that is the difference between the two teams today. It's that simple. And Southampton pass the trophy down the line to each member of their team as they continue to celebrate and we are going to say goodbye for now. We will be back for the Euros. Keep an eye on our Twitter page for updates on the Champions League final. Not sure whether that's going to be covered yet, but we will be covering the opening night of the Euros in Germany as the hosts take on Scotland in the European Championships. Join me for that one. Media, radio, jingles and gaming says sad ending for Leeds, but fair play to Southampton, and they worked so hard, as you rightly said, Paul. They did work very hard indeed, and they got their just rewards. For now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll meet again in the Euros. Brilliant commentary today, as always, Paul, for today and yesterday. Thank you very much, media, radio, jingles and gaming. Join us for the Euros. I will be commenting on the opening game of the Euros, and we'll have all the games that matter, including the England games. Thank you very much again, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.